Right guys, as you can see by the title of this video, mainly what I'll be doing is I'll be giving a year's review of my insurance that's about to run out today. And for those that don't know, it's actually insurance with a black box. I know I've probably told a couple of my friends that, oh no, I don't have a black box, I don't have a black box. Because whenever you get a black box, you just get people taking the mick and stuff, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to hear any of that, to be honest, because, you know, yeah, I didn't want to hear any of that. But, yeah, we're going to just go on a short drive, and I'll be telling you guys in more detail about how much I was paying a month, because I didn't pay for the whole year. I'd rather pay monthly. It's also a good way to show that you're good with payments and all sorts of stuff. That's how I prefer to pay things anyway, monthly. But yeah guys, let's start the car and let's go on a short drive, and I'll be telling you guys about the pros and cons about this insurance in specific that I'll be mentioning. To be honest, there isn't a lot of cons, it's just pros, to be honest with you. Right, I'm gonna switch this on. Hopefully there isn't much noise coming from the air conditioning. I don't think there will be, because it's quite warm. But I don't want to open the windows, because what happened with the last video, it was horrendous. Like, it was horrendous. The sound was horrible because of the wind noise. But right, let's get on with it. Why are you shaking? Not me, the car. Not me, I'm not shaking. Right guys, so the insurance that I'm actually with, it's called Be Wiser. It's called Be Wiser Insurance. They don't just offer people black box. It's not insurance basically just black box. It's a normal car insurance. But obviously I had to choose the black box option because it was much cheaper than getting a insurance without a black box. And I'll be posting I think it's a short clip that I posted on TikTok with the quotes that I was getting without a black box for my first year anyway, which was just it was just off the roof. Like, honestly, I was not willing to pay that. I was getting $3 grand, $2 grand quotes on without black box, and this guy's a Mark 7.5 Ford Fiesta Z-Tech S. Like, it's not even an ST. I ran a quote on an ST. And I got a couple cheaper quotes comparing to a Z-Tech S, and I'm like, are you having a laugh? How come an ST is much cheaper to insure than a Z-Tech S? But then I was like, you know what, I don't need a Ford Fiesta ST as a first car. Let me be honest, I don't need one, because people just, I mean, you get people nicking them all the time, and I just couldn't be bothered to deal with that hassle. And even as first car, I don't think, as a second car, I don't think I will be going for an ST, to be honest. But yeah, talking about insurance, I'm going a bit off topic here. But yeah, talking about insurance, it's called Be Wiser. I'll be getting in a bit more detail about the prices itself once I park up somewhere quiet. But yeah, basically the pros about this insurance is that it only monitors your speed, the way you brake, and what time of the day that you drive. And just bear in mind with me, guys, when I say this, because you might be like, oh, they're mega strict on the sort of time you drive. No, they're not. For example, me, I work, my job is I start at 6 AM, right, which means that I have to leave my house a bit earlier, right? So the thing is, if you drive between 11 p.m. and 5 AM, that's when they sort of take 1 point off your entire score. I mean, I'm gonna say this, right, from my perspective and from my experience. There's been a couple of occasions where I set off, not necessarily set off, but I started my car at like 4:56 or 4:57 or 5 minutes to 5 o'clock, because I leave my house at 5 o'clock because I have to pick up my workmate. So I leave my house at 5 o'clock. When I don't have to pick him up, I can leave at 5:30, but that's something else. So yeah, there's been about 5 occasions, I would say, that I started my car just before 5, and till now they only deducted 1 point of the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's out of 100 and mine's on 99, which is on excellent. At the moment it says excellent. So if I got a picture, I will insert that picture now so you can see what it's actually like. So that's the pros really. I mean, they just monitor your speed, and there's been a couple of occasions where I went 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, and they didn't really register that. There's been occasions where I went 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. They didn't really register that. But I'm not encouraging people to speed. Like, don't speed at all. Do you know what I mean? Because yes, it didn't register for me, but it might register for you. So don't do it. But all I'm saying is that they're not strict when it comes to speeding. They're not strict. As long as you don't break the speed limit regularly, you should be all right. As long as you don't do it regularly, you should be fine. But I have had towards the end of the insurance itself, I actually had I wouldn't say bad experience, but I had an unpleasant experience, and that was to do with my braking. That was actually to do with my braking. So I wasn't breaking any speed limits, but if you had a look at my braking score, it was going down, and it got to a point where, you know what, I'll ring him up. So I rang him up. The lady wasn't really helpful, to be honest. All she said is, right, yeah, just unplug the black box and then just plug it back in after half an hour. And I asked her, is that going to affect, are they going to cancel my insurance? Because obviously it says on the website that if you remove your black box, your insurance might get cancelled. And she was like, no, it shouldn't do. And I'm like, what do you mean it shouldn't do? I want a definite answer. I don't want you telling me it shouldn't do. Like, I want either a yes or no answer. Do you know what I mean? Don't tell me it shouldn't do. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I just said I'm not doing it. Well, I didn't tell her that I'm not doing it. I just didn't do it. So I rang a day later, and there was a different lady that picked up the phone. I explained the situation. I said that my black box is not working properly. It's showing me that I'm not speeding. It's showing that the speed on excellent, but the braking is telling me that I'm braking harsher than normal, which I wasn't doing. And most of the time I drive with my sisters. Well, not all the time, but when I do drive with my sisters, there's been an occasion where I took my sisters to, I think, Piccadilly, somewhere in Piccadilly, and it stated on the thing that I was braking harshly, even though I was not. Obviously I had my sisters in the car. Why on earth would I be braking hard? You know what I mean? Like, that's just not a pleasant drive, is it? I mean, but yeah, that's that. And then the lady just said, you know what, when you get home from work, just unplug the black box, right? Unplug the black box, and just before you got to work, plug it back in, and that should solve the situation. Kinda did and kinda didn't. It wasn't showing that I was braking harshly anymore, but after a couple of weeks it started messing up again, and it started showing on the map thing that I was driving through vehicles and stuff like that. If I got a picture, I'll insert a picture. But apart from that, there's nothing else. Like, it's a really good insurance to be with, to be honest. If they offer me to obviously renew, basically stay with them, I wouldn't do it, to be honest, because I don't want a black box anymore. And I actually didn't mention this, I actually got a new insurance. Obviously I have to have insurance. I got a new insurance that will I got a new insurance that will start at midnight. If you guys want to know what insurance I'm with, I'll actually mention what insurance I'm with. Once I park up, I'm gonna be going to figures and how much I'm paying for this one and how much I will be paying for the one that I'm about to be with. It's quite a difference, to be honest. I'll be paying more. That's all I can say. I will be paying more for sure. With this one, I'm paying 1,700. With this one that I'm about to be with, I'll be paying 2 grand. I mean, so there is a difference for sure. I mean, there is a difference. There's definitely a difference. But yeah, I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not too bothered. I'm really not too bothered because I have that freedom of just being able to, obviously not necessarily break the speed limit. I don't really break the speed limit, to be honest with you guys. It's not something that I do. Do you know what I mean? Break the speed limit? Nah, it's not something that I do. But I know it's some people that do that. But you know, but there is occasions where you go a bit over the speed limit. Obviously, not intentionally. Like in my case, I do sometimes go over the speed limit, not intentionally. It just freaking happens. Right, I'm gonna find somewhere quiet, and I will be and I will be going through the costs. Actually, I might have to pick somewhere else actually, because I don't think I wrote these down, did I? I think I got these on my phone. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think I got this on my phone. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna be making a couple notes on the prices and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, in a bit, guys. So yeah, continuing the video. I know it's a different angle. Right, let's just get this over and done with. So, right, with Be Wiser, this is how much I'm paying monthly. So, the deposit was of £162.26. So that was the deposit when I decided to, I mumble a lot. Honestly, I mumble a lot. It happens more when I'm making a video or something. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm a sort of person that don't really talk a lot. I don't talk a lot, honestly. And when I start talking to a camera, I tend to like mumble a lot. I tend to just trip over my words, and so just yeah. Sorry about that, guys, but I can't help it. I can't help it. I trip over my words a lot. I just don't talk much. That's why. But yeah, the deposit at the beginning of the insurance was £162.26, as I said. Switch this off. You guys might not be able to hear me. And the monthly cost was of £162.52. So that was with Be Wiser. Now with this new and the overall cost that I've paid for that insurance is £1,184.82. That's how much I've paid. Yeah, now with the insurance that I'm with now, which is called First Central, I'm with them now. I'm paying £2,032.27, so that's slightly more. My deposit was £174.59, so that is £12.33 more than I paid for the last one. And the monthly cost is £184.75, which, to be honest, is not a big deal for me. Not a big deal at all. What's the difference of £22.53? Not a big difference. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be completely free as well. Like in terms of I'll be able to drive at whatever time I like. If I decide to go out, personally I don't drink, but if I do decide to go out, even to a pub, I mean, like, they don't just sell alcohol there. If I decide to go to a pub and just, go out with friends, and I haven't got many friends, to be honest with you guys. Let me be honest, I haven't got many. honestly, I haven't got many friends. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, if I go out with my friends, like I got many. I ain't got many friends. Let me tell you that now. But yeah, with this YouTube channel, I'm gonna be very transparent. Like I'm just gonna say things how they are. Another thing, I know I do look a bit rough. I think, in my opinion, I need to shave this right off, and I need to lower the sides and the usual haircut that I do. And I'm thinking about dyeing my hair again. Actually, I think I will be inserting a picture of last time that I dyed my hair and what it looks like, what it looked like when I dyed it. I actually liked it. I like it. I liked it. I think I'm gonna choose the same color again. But yeah, guys, that's basically it, guys. So, do I recommend Be Wiser to someone that just passed the driving test? Definitely. I think, well, I don't know about any other insurance with black boxes, but this one is like when I got this Be Wise insurance, right? When I got this insurance for my car, obviously when you pass your driving test and whatever, and you get this black box insurance, you're always looking at the speedometer. But to be honest with you guys, I think it's quite dangerous when you're looking at the speedometer. Like, that's what I thought to myself when I first started driving. I was like, that is insane. Like, that is crazy. I mean, they're trying to make us a better driver, but having to fit that black box, you're not just keeping your eyes on the road, you have to keep your eyes on the speedometer as well, especially if you're not used to the car. I mean, if you're not used to the sound of the car, you don't know like exactly what speed you're doing. For example, me, I'm already used to the sound of the car, so I know what speed I'm doing without having to look at the speedometer. But guys, if you can afford to get an insurance without a black box, I would definitely recommend that. Like, if you can afford it, go for it. Like, honestly, if you can afford to go, like, to get a black box, to get an insurance without black box, just go for it, guys. That's what I'm doing. Today is the last day that today's the last day that I'm driving with the black box. So tomorrow, Sunday, I will be removing this black box. What's my next video gonna be? I think it's gonna be a drive with me. My next video I think it's gonna be a drive with me. Today's video, it was just a tiny bit of a drive with me. I'm gonna be improving on that. So what I'm gonna do is buy a camera or whatever I can put on my dashboard. I can also record me talking to you guys, and I'll have another one on my head restraint, because obviously that's where I put the my phone, because obviously I'm recording with my iPhone. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys where I've placed you guys when I was driving. I placed you guys right there. So yeah, I got that off eBay. It's really good, actually. The next thing I'm gonna get is one of them ones that it's I can't explain. It's just this rubber thing. I think I'm gonna insert a picture so you guys know what it looks like. So yeah, I'll be putting my phone on the thingy. You guys know what I mean. I'll be putting my phone there, and I'll be doing that sort of driving with me as well. Oh my god, I'm freaking boiling. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. As I said, would I recommend it? Yes, definitely would recommend Be Wiser. And if you get Be Wiser insurance, like, don't worry about the black box. Like, just drive like it's not there. I mean, like, I drive like it's not there. I mean, I drive like it's not there at all. I mean, as long as you don't speed constantly, and as long as, you know what I mean, if, let's say, right, in a week, if you went over the speed limit like 5 times, obviously your Nissan GTR, that's nice. Let's say if you went over the speed limit 5 times in a week, obviously you probably lose about 3 points out of 100. You probably lose about 3 points. And then obviously if you don't speed, let's say for another 3 weeks or another 2 weeks, you will get them points back. Do you know what I mean? Them points, you know what I mean, you will see it. Them points is just gonna go up. So yeah, and obviously when you record your speeding events, you can actually see it comes with a list underneath the thing. When you click speed, it comes with a list, and you'll be able to see what time you went over the speed limit, what road, and the speed that you were doing. So you'll be able to see all them details, which is great. And obviously, if you disagree with something, which I did, it's been a couple of occasions where I disagreed with the black box, and they sorted it out. They removed it. Like, for example, there is where I live is like the roads mainly are like 40-mile-per-hour roads, and sometimes on their black box system thingy they got it down as 30-mile-per-hour, but obviously if you got a 40 and it's a 40-mile-per-hour zone, you can just report it. Like, just put on, it gives you the option to do it, and obviously if they don't get back to you, which they never do actually, just the app is a bit bugged, let me be honest. So I would advise you to actually just ring them and tell them, right, listen, I went through this road and it's a 40-mile-per-hour road, right, and you guys got it down as a 30-mile-per-hour road when in fact it's a 40. So just sort that out, and they're gonna get your point back. I mean, the point that you lost, they're gonna get it back. So, which is great. So there isn't many cons. There isn't many cons at all. The only cons that I see is when you switch on your car before, well, in between 11 and 5, if you switch your car on, but you don't lose that many points. Like, let's say in a week you do that like 6 times, you're probably just gonna lose like 2 points. I mean, and if you stop doing it for another 2 months or so, as I said, you're gonna get them points back, so it's not a problem. So I definitely recommend be wiser. But as I said, if you can afford to get insurance without black box, get it. Like, there's nothing better than nobody tracking your driving. Like, there's nothing better than that. But yeah, guys, that wraps up the video. I'll see you guys in my next one, which should be a drive with me to Mackey's. So just a small drive with me. There will be a drive with me coming, me going to KFC for the first time, going to Nando's for the first time, going to TGI Fridays for the first time, everything for the first time. Like, honestly, I don't go out. I'm a boring bastard, honestly. I'm a boring guy. I'm a really boring guy. I need to start going out more. But yeah, guys, that wraps up the video. I'll see your faces in my next one. Peace, bye bye, take care.